This is the Walrus Audio Monument version 2 tremolo and harmonic tremolo pedal. This thing has been a mainstay on my board, giving me, it's my first actual dedicated tremolo pedal, and I've really enjoyed it over the years. I'm unfortunately possibly replacing it with the Walrus Audio M1, so I figured I'd give it a quick review before I sell it off and it leaves my house. So a quick overview of the I/O. We have on the side, we have a tap tempo or expression pedal input jack using these Neutrik guys. The rest of the jacks are top mounted, so we have our input jack, our 9-volt DC jack, which is center negative of course, and our output jack. I like that these are top mounted, it saves me space on my pedal board. This pedal is unfortunately all mono. It would be cool if they did some panning stuff, but maybe we'll have to wait for Monument version 3, question mark. Or you could just buy the M1 and it has some of these sounds recreated digitally in there. The pedal features 2 soft touch switches, which allow for some cool features, which I'll get into. We have a bypass switch and a tap tempo switch. There are 5 knobs and 1 two-way toggle switch on this pedal. So over here we have the shape control, which dictates the wave shape of the LFO. And that goes from sine wave, square wave, ramp, hump. I'm calling it the hump because it's literally a hump, and then random. Next we have a output volume control, which is nice to kind of lift up the mean volume of the tremolo output, because you know, if you're lifting up the volume and then taking away half the volume, it can feel, you know, if you're taking away the volume, you're effectively dropping the average down. It's a bunch of math stuff, but you know, you generally want to boost the output volume so that the perceived volume is the same. So that's really handy. I love that. There's a tap tempo subdivisions dial that goes from a quarter note, triplet quarter, 8th and 16th note. I really like the 16th note for 6/8 or 3/4 songs. It also has a rate control, which just gives you a quick way to dial in the rate of the tremolo pulsing, which is nice to have. And then a depth control, which is how intense is the modulation of the volume, or you know, the harmonic trem. There's also a standard versus harmonic trem switch, so you can do a normal just volume modulation or harmonic. And basically how harmonic trem works is it takes your signal and it splits it into 2 regions, bass and treble, and basically it just applies tremolo. So normal tremolo pedal would be like this on a frequency graph, but then what harmonic tremolo does is it splits the phase of the bass and the treble and gives them each different modulation. So you would have harmonic tremolo looks like this. So normal tremolo, harmonic tremolo. So that way it sounds almost like a phaser. It's, you know, where down here it's going to be dark and bassy, and up here it's going to be bright and thin. And so you have this kind of differing sound. It's really cool. It's easier to explain once you've heard it, and you'll hear it in the sound samples. So that's the features on here, or some of the features. Let's also talk about the foot switches. So because they're momentary, non-latching foot switches, we can do some cool stuff with them. So one is the momentary features. If I press down and release the switch right away, then of course we turn the pedal on or off. But if the pedal is off and I press and hold the bypass foot switch, then the pedal will come on and stay on until I release the switch, giving me the option to only turn it on for a quick phrase of a song, which is really useful, I find, for tremolo pedals. Actually, I think it's probably one of the more useful features on this pedal, and it's really fantastic. There is also another feature, which is if you have the pedal on and then you press and hold the bypass foot switch, then the tremolo rate will ramp all the way up to its maximum, and then when you let go, it will ramp all the way back down. And this, I find, is really fun for like the end of a song or something. My only complaint is that I wish it ramped up quicker, because sometimes if you have it at a slow speed, it takes a long time to go up, and then you let go and then it's like, but it's so sick that it automates all of that stuff. The expression pedal input is obviously great if you want to control the rate with a external tap switch or a expression pedal, which would be really awesome. I don't know exactly what you can assign to the expression pedal, but I'll put that on the screen right now because I didn't do my research. Okay, so now we've heard some sound samples, and you could hear that the standard tremolo is obviously just tremolo we all know and love. It sounds really awesome. Harmonic tremolo is really cool. My only complaint with the harmonic tremolo is I wish the depth knob got more intense. It just doesn't. I just wish it was a little bit more intense. It doesn't quite get to the right amount of swirliness and like intensity that I wanted out of this pedal. But you know, it still sounds good. I just have to max it out. The standard tremolo sounds great. I like that the rate can go into the audio range. I kind of wish it went even further, but most people don't use it like that. The depth knob, I find I have to back it off for standard mode to somewhere between here and here to keep me from getting seasick or feeling like it's just an insane amount of chop. But it does a great job. It looks absolutely stunning. Just look at that artwork. It's just glorious. And the brown finish, the brown kind of reddish brown, is just really nice. It's well built, of course, like most Walrus pedals, inside and out, and I really love it. I'm kind of bummed to see it go, but to be honest, I wasn't using this pedal all of the time. It's more of a niche use pedal, and I think my money is better served by using the Walrus Audio M1, since I mostly just use chorus and vibrato, and having that pedal which is MIDI capable. So I guess if Walrus releases a Monument 2, things I would like to see, I'd like to see an input for MIDI CC. Maybe you could combine that with a tap or expression jack, or do a separate one. That would be great if you could do MIDI CC inputs. You could control any of the maybe some of the controls on here and control tempo information and stuff like that. That would be really awesome, especially if you could remotely switch the pedal on or off, which would be so dope. Maybe increase the depth on the harmonic mode, like I was saying. It's really a great pedal, so I hope that Walrus continues to update and support this pedal, and I think if you're looking for a tremolo pedal that's got pretty much everything, I think this is probably your guy, unless you're wanting to do like really insane like pattern tremolo stuff. So yeah, check out the Walrus Audio Monument. I've really enjoyed it the past couple years of owning it, and I think it's really, really fantastic. I think if you're really into tremolo, especially if you're into harmonic tremolo, this is probably a pedal that you should be considering to go on your board. The top mounted jacks and the soft touch foot switches really make it a pedal board dream. It is a bit tight, of course, with these foot switches being so close to the edge, but if you're concerned about that, you can always buy the Monument version 1 used, which is, I think it's double the size, so there's a bit more room to push the buttons and stuff. So, hope you enjoyed the look at the Walrus Audio Monument version 2, and I hope you enjoyed the playing samples as well. With that, I will bid you adieu. Bye.